in case you can hear me, if anybody's out there. Good morning, everyone. I'm fixing my tripod. Small little technical issue. Just as I was about to go live, I bumped the tripod, and the camera, little wing nut thing that tightens it down, came loose. All right, that's better. Good morning, Debbie. How are you? How's the family? Oh, well, the family's still asleep right now, but it's extremely cold. Say good morning to Bogey. This is my partner in crime. He's always here in the morning. You don't always see him because usually he's asleep. But when I bumped the tripod, knocked the camera over, it kind of woke him up. But this is my kitty cat. Oh, what down? Huh? You want on the table so you can start knocking things over like I did? All right, buddy. There you go. See, never lose hope. Good morning. Will, I caught you live. Yeah. Diana Bowman. Good morning. Gianna Marie. Good morning. Chatterboxes. Good morning. Yeah, that's my little kitty. Not so much of a kitty, a little kitten anymore, but every time I'm in here filming a video, ladies and gentlemen, Bogey is right in here with me. He goes just about everywhere with me. If I'm in the house, he's never too far away. If I'm cooking, he lays right next to the stove. Oh, I'm trying to get my thermos open. My coffee pot in here stopped working. Oh, Jesus. I didn't mean to put it on that tight. Might have to go get a pair of channel locks to get that damn cap off. Success. It is currently 20 degrees outside right now where I am and snowing. That we are going on day 3 right now of it snowing nonstop. We were supposed to get a total of 11 inches, and we surpassed 11 inches, well, almost a day and a half ago. Oh, Bogey. It does not make Bogey happy. Let's see, Sweet Tea Mama here in Impaired. Good morning. Good morning. And there's Bogey. Rykart, if I missed you, good morning. Scott B sounds like my dog, always beside me. Yeah. We have 3 dogs left, but they're all over 20. So the cold weather's not the best time for them. They just kind of they lounge around a lot. They have free access to come and go from the house whenever they want, but they'll go outside. And my dog is got a little more spring in his step, I guess you could say. So he goes around in the snow. He kind of likes it. He can bite at the snow, clumps of snow, whatever he can. What are you doing, you goofball? But let's see. Sherry L, good morning. Was it Shari? L. Good morning, Miss Murder. Miss Murder Australia. Good morning. Hugs to all. Well, good morning and welcome to the stream, Miss Murder. Our cars are frozen over here this morning. Rare weather for Tennessee. Yeah, see, I live in what's called a semi-desert or a high plateau desert. It depended upon how far you actually go from where I actually live. One area is considered a high plateau, and then here where I live in this area, because it's closer to the actual mountains, is considered a high desert. Well, high desert and a semi-desert. It's like the two different ones because of the elevation, I guess, maybe, and how the weather moves around it. But we normally get about a quarter inch, maybe, of snow per year. But this is unusual. 3 days of nonstop snowing, and people are in a freaking panic. They are going nuts. I was at the store yesterday. I had to go to the store. We were out of milk, and they canceled the delivery service of groceries because of the weather conditions. So I'm like, well, you know what? I'll just jump in my truck and go. But people were buying the weirdest things. Of course, hoarding toilet paper because you never know how long this Armageddon is going to last. Ooh, I wish I was where Kelly is. It's hot and humid in Florida, South Florida. Well, good morning, Lori. Hi, everyone from Nashville, Tennessee. It's 23 degrees there. Wow, that's kind of unusual weather for Tennessee, isn't it? Good morning, K-Love. I'm in Castle, California. Right now it's in the 50s. Yeah, 22 today. High is supposed to be 22, so this is about the best that's going to get. I sent my friends a text message yesterday. I said, just in case you haven't looked outside lately, I don't think you're going to be able to golf today. Obviously not. I mean, but because at that point we already had well over 11 inches. When this is all going to stop, and they're predicting snow today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. So the next 3 days, that's going to, it could end up being 6 days of snow. I don't know if it's supposed to be nonstop, but there are three giant storms coming in from Canada. Faithful one, good morning. Wow, how do you feed your dogs? How do I feed my dogs? Well, they all have bowls inside the house. It's like a pantry way by the back door, I guess you call it. I don't know if there's an actual technical name for that, but you go down 2 steps, and then there's a large area before the stairs go down into our basement, and there's also 2, I guess you call them storage closets or pantries. But each of them have their own bowl and food bowl and water bowl there, and then for dry food. But I also have individual dishes for them for their canned food, but they only get canned food every other day. And if I leave it out for them, there's always one that just doesn't eat it, and then the other ones fight over it, or they snarl at each other, and it's not into that. So. Good morning. Well, it's 12 degrees here. And by the way, love the Crime Talk mug. Oh, no, this is mine. This is 401 now. I've had these. I got a lot of people who said that I stole the blue fingerprint from him. And I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say that it's not his design. It's not his blue fingerprint. The blue fingerprint is off of Google Images. If you go to Google Images and just Google crime fingerprint, it comes up. It's like the 3rd image right there. But I offered, these were one of the first mugs I offered, besides the ones that just had the 411 and then the word now in each one of the letters. And there was black ones, there were red ones, and there were ones that was like a stained glass design. But I offered these for sale like 2 years ago. Don't offer them any for sale anymore. At least I don't think I do. I might have them on there. I bring things back and forth on there. What used to be Teespring is now just Spring. So, but I love Scott's content over on his channel. I have nothing against him at all. It's 8 degrees there where you are, Chatterbox. Wow. Or is it 8 o'clock? Well, no, you can't be 8 o'clock where you are because you're down in the Atlanta area, and so that'd be 3 hours before me or ahead of me. 3 hours ahead of me. I can't remember. I always lose. I always screw that up. That's why my family loves me so much when I call them, because I always look at my clock and I'm like, oh yeah, it's noon, and it's either 3 hours ahead or 3 hours behind. I can't remember. 1 degree in Manchester, England. Wow. Good morning, Haley. Short nice. Good morning. Indeed. Now we're supposed to have snow on Monday and Tuesday. I spent yesterday putting insulation doorways. Wow. Yeah, I never got around to. We have that plastic stuff that you're supposed to put on the inside of the windows. You know, it's like that temporary film. It attaches with double stick tape. I never got around to putting that on. Our house is pretty well insulated, but it's still, costs quite a bit of money to heat it. So, but our heat is electric forced air. We have natural gas, but we thought about changing over to a natural gas burner, for the heat. And then keeping the central air, air pump for the air conditioning. It's something we're thinking about doing. It's 2:15 a.m. Sunday here in Brisbane, and it's hot. I lived in South Nashville for 23 years, and now south from here. Connie, you have to give me a minute. I'll check. I don't even know if I offer them anymore. I'm terrible at it. I never tell anybody about my fan store, and then, well, almost never. I used to, but it got to the point where it's like, I just don't. It's not that I don't care. It's just there's a lot. I have a lot going on. And I'm not a robot. I hate this thing. But it used to be called Teespring, but now they sell more than just, t-shirts. So they're called just Spring stores. Here's my store. Nope. I have a version that is like this one, but it's not the white mug. It comes in, purple. It comes in a white, but it's similar. Black, brown, gray, light blue, pink, like a burgundy, another light blue that's more greenish, a darker blue, and a darker purple. So, and they're $9.99 a piece. I should probably, while I'm here and I'm still screwing around with this, I could actually post a link. Yeah. Let's see here. See if I can do this. Chances are I screwed it up. Oh my God, I got it right. I got it right. Yay. Bailey, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Hope all is well. Everything is. I'm doing great here. The best I can. I hope you're doing great. Cold here. Kevin Brand, welcome from South Carolina. So I'm streaming directly from YouTube, not StreamYards this morning. You'll notice from the lack of the logo up there in the corner that says StreamYards with the little duck. But I'm streaming on YouTube directly because I'm almost to the end of my total monthly allotment for free time on streaming. And I still have 3 more streams I need to do. So I have to save that little bit of time I have left before the end of the month, because I'm on the free StreamYards. In case you want to do live streams, look into StreamYards. It's super easy to use. This is not paid advertisement, but it's super easy to use. But Tam, good morning. Yes, bitterly cold as well, and here in the Great White North. Kevin wants you to know he's from Boston as well. I don't have my Boston hat in here. It's in my house. I'm sorry. Well, welcome, Boston. But the reason why I was telling you why I'm on StreamYards is I can't shut the camera off. Where, as StreamYards, you can turn the camera off or microphone off or turn them both off. But I can't do that while the stream's still going, or, close the screen down. This is on YouTube directly. So while I smoke, I'm sorry. The monetization for this will be turned off. So if you want to watch it in rewind, there's that. No commercials, no ad breaks, no pop-up menus or anything else to worry about. But I just can't turn it off, so you're gonna have to watch me smoke anyways. And I'm sorry if it's a triggering for anybody. Just like if the same thing, if me drinking coffee apparently triggered some people who have caffeine issues. I'm sorry, I really am. It seems that I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. So, but anyways, I wanted to talk about something this morning. So I was recently reading a story about a gentleman who he is out of Willamette Falls, Oregon. And this gentleman has been, he has mental health issues. And 6 times he walked off into the national forest and decided he wasn't going to come back. He was just going to let nature take its course. And if he died great, is the way he felt about it. 6 times he did this. And 6 times they found him. And they brought him back. He spent time in and out of mental health, centers, getting treatment and everything else. But it popped up in the news again. He popped up in the news again because they finally got to the point when they said after the 4th time, they said, we're tired of this. We're tired of trying to find you and save you from yourself. And they sent him a bill for the rescue for the last 2 times that they went out and looked for him and found him. So I wanted to know from the community out there and from those who are tuning in this morning, do you think that if they go out and rescue someone, anyone, but not to somebody who gets lost on purpose, do you think that they should bill you for that rescue? Maybe and apparently this happens a lot more than you would think. People who are into extreme sports go out, kayaking, down a river that never should have anything on it. And they get stranded because, maybe their paddle broke. And then they have to be, picked up by a helicopter and flown out of these, remote places. Or they're rock climbers and maybe a rope broke or, a grappling hook or something they needed for, to make a safe, descend out of where they are. But anyways, the extreme sports people is where they're seeing it a lot more, where they're having, the counties and their budgets are strapped. They're like, well, what do we do? Do we keep on rescuing these people from themselves over and over again? Now, I don't think they should bill, when it comes to a missing child who wanders off into the forest, or something like that. But an adult. Should they bill an adult for a rescue operation? Well, Tam, I hope you have a great day too if you can't stick around. Sweet Teas Mama, hearing impaired. My dogs are service dogs, golden. Others are Shih Tzu, long-haired Dasher Hound. I have cochlear implants that help me get hearing at 75%. My dog is my epilepsy. They eat half wet, half dry. That's cool. So I'll look directly at the camera. So in case you're not able to hear right now, maybe you have. I don't know much about the cochlear implants. I know people who've had it. I know a couple of famous people who actually have the cochlear implants. But anyways, so when it comes to your service dogs, so you have, not only are you hearing impaired, but you also have other medical conditions like epilepsy that makes it even harder. And you have service dogs for that. That's great. My dogs, no, they're just normal pets. Dogs that nobody else wanted, and we rescued them from local people or shelters. But my dog is German Shepherd and rot mix, and the other three are, well, two. Two are German Shepherd and Rat Terrier mixes, and the other one, which are kind of, he'll probably end up staying with us. We're not sure, but he's only temporarily here. He is Pekingese and a I want to say miniature Doberman, but we're not really 100% sure. We never took mommy and daddy in and had DNA tests done on them. So good morning, Lori Beth. Maryland legs. No, they shouldn't be billed if it's accidental. Okay. Would be glad to pay. They should be glad to pay. I do think that those daredevils that risk their lives for fun should have to be billed for the rescue because they asked for it. Good morning, real duct tape bandit. Will, are you being serious that people are triggered by you drinking coffee in your channel? When did so many adults become so sensitive about the smallest things? Duct tape bandit, I think it's a lot of trolls who are triggered by just about everything. On it, go back and watch any of my streams and look at the comment section. I constantly get comments about, bro, your hat is dirty and disgusting. I'm not watching your content anymore. I never seen their screen name before. And then I have another person who trolls me, who I blocked. So then they opened another account and I blocked. And then they opened another account and I blocked them. And now there's two that are kind of doing the same thing. So I'm pretty sure it's the same person who's using two different accounts. They're constantly like, hey, man, can you lay off the nicotine? Can you lay off because I'm really having a hard time, quitting myself. And then I get the people who say that, I'm for religious reasons, they don't, ingest caffeine at all. So they are not watching my streams anymore. And they were my biggest fans and biggest supporters, but I've never seen them before. So again, like I said, I think it's people that are just trolling me, but there are a lot of people out there that are sensitive about anything. My speech pattern, how I say things, how I pronounce certain words or people's names. You always get the grammar Nazis out there, but if I say someone's name, like I say Shannon, there's going to be somebody who's going to come back in the comment section later on and say it's not pronounced Shannon, it's Shannon. It always happens. It's just part of being a YouTube creator. You just have to go brush it off. Kathy Griffin, good morning, sweetheart. Hey, everyone. Good morning. I hope everyone is having a great day so far. I am having a great day. Cold, but I'm here. Chatterbox, it's trolls, definitely trolls. That's ridiculous, Will. Yeah. If nicotine bothers you, just change the channel. I tell people that all the time. I never asked anybody to, subscribe. I never asked everybody to like me. But in this day and age that we live in, where everybody has a keyboard in front of them in some capacity, either on their phone or at a PC or laptop or whatever the device might be, they don't feel there's any accountability for anything that they say. They don't care how cruel they can be to someone. They can do it. There's no way that anybody's ever going to find them or hold them accountable for it. And at the same time, there's the other side of it, who are people who are out there just to cause problems because they feel that it is within their right to do it. So, like, if you didn't like it, you shouldn't be on YouTube. I'm just giving you what you deserve. They feel that they are really above everyone. So, but I don't let it bother me. If I did, I would have left YouTube, way before I ever started. So you kind of have to have thick skin to be in this field, I guess, whatever you want to call it. This hobby. It might be a hobby to some, or profession to others. Let's see here. Sweet tea, hearing impaired. It's not like you sent them an RSV invite. Hell, with them. Very true, sweetheart. Very true. Anna Brown, good morning. If they don't like us, just change the channel. Yeah. So I'm going to drink coffee. I'm going to, have a conversation with everybody. And there are going to be people who don't like it. It's a given. But, I'll be damned if they will ever go out of their way and put themselves out there on the internet to be judged by anybody else. They're willing to judge everybody else, but they won't be. Don't let anybody judge them. Pretty in camo. Good morning, sweetheart. Hey, from the Snow Monster. That was I saw that. I watched your video. I commented on it. But the way the snow gathered up on your barbecue grill there, it looked like a snow monster to me, especially when you pointed it out. You said, "Look at the snow." It's like, oh my God, that really does look like a snow monster. There's just a unique way that the snow stayed there and the way that the wind moved it. You guys ought to check that out. It's a pretty cool short little video, but good video. I liked it. Good morning. Not my verbiage. Petty crap. Georgia Ritchie, and welcome to the stream, Georgia Ritchie. There's jellyfish. There's fish for ways to attack you and don't feed them. Yeah, my wife tells me that all the time. Don't feed the trolls. If you feed the trolls, they're just going to keep on coming back because they think that they are getting somewhere or disturbing you, or that you're gonna pay them some kind of attention. Well, I don't know. I try not to. Kathy Pullum. Good morning from Tennessee. Well, we've got quite a few people in here from the Tennessee, area this morning. That's cool. Well, I hope everybody in Tennessee and everywhere else has a great day today. No emotions, no words. Yeah. Narcissistic personalities. Ricart, very true. Very true. Bogey, what are you doing, kitty? What are you doing? Oh, kitty. Oh, come here, Bogey. I'm going to say hi to everybody.
Hi, I'm Bogey. I'm a good cat, whatever I want to be. But most of the days, I don't want to be a good kitty. I want to be me.
That was supposed to be your voice, Bogey. I know. I do a terrible impression of your voice. I know. Oh, thank you, Kathy. We rescued Bogey. A friend of ours, he was found in a tree and he was stuck in a tree. They got him out of the tree, and then he came to us and they said, "Do you guys want to keep him or just foster him?" And we said, "Nah, we want to keep him." So we took him and got him fixed and got him all of his shots and everything else. And every day he leaves here and goes down the road a little bit where they're doing construction. And we were wondering why he kept on going back there over and over again. We'd see him walking down the side of the road, in that direction, and be gone all day and then come back. Well, it turns out the lady who owns the house, who's doing remodeling on it, didn't know whose cat it was, so she was giving him treats. And so now, every day, regardless if they're there or not, he goes back and for treats. There's got to be treats there because he's gotten treats there before. Yeah, he's double dipping on the kitty treats. Huh. Okay, Drew. Why not? You're a majestic little guy, huh? Bogey, I love you. God's beautiful creature. Yeah. He's a good kitty. You don't like it when I move around, though. You can't attack the light. I have only one of the studio lights on above me here, and he keeps on looking up at it. He's like, "Why is that thing so bright?" Well, thank you, Chatterboxes. I appreciate that. Anita Butts. Hello. Welcome to the stream, Anita. George Ritchie has -17 there. Wow. That's cold. It's 22 here, and that's cold enough for me. Snowy's photography. I can't. Good morning. I can't have kitties anymore because I have 7 birdies. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't want someone like this guy around. This guy, he'd have to call them, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, appetizer, and what the hell? Yeah. He's constantly. We have these little tiny brown and white finches that come in the summertime. They because we have a huge, probably about they're about 7 feet tall raspberry bushes, and they were here when we bought the house. But the little finches, they land in there and they eat the raspberries, and he'll sit there and he does this weird call at them. I don't know if he thinks that's going to attract them. They're going to come over to him closer, but he likes them. I think it's more of a it's a game to him. I've never seen him actually catch a mouse and kill it, or a bird. I've seen him catch a mouse before, and he showed up in my driveway with one, but all he wanted to do was play with it. Oh, you have a parakeet? You tethered to the cage, to the wall? Kitty proof? You have 3 owl finches? Oh, they are super adorable. I'm not aware what an owl finch is. Sounds cute though. Good morning, Kazap. I see you. No, it's not actually Kazap, right? My wife was showing me told me how to pronounce it. But I see you. Good morning. You have 4 cats and a parrot, and they get along. He gets along pretty good with the dogs. He doesn't get along with my other cat though. My other cat is Tebow, and I've told people the story about Tebow was we saw a lady putting up a missing cat poster, and I walked over and looked at it, and I'm like, and then looked at my house, looked at the poster, looked at my house, and the cat was on my front porch eating because we had neighbor cats that would show up from all over the place for free food every morning. But I called her up and I'm like, I know where your cat is. It's on my front porch eating. And she says, oh, I'll be there in a little bit. She came by. She looked at it. She petted a little bit. She said, yep, that's him. And then she said she was going to go home and I think she was going to go home and get a pet carrier or borrow one from a friend or something like that. And she came back. She dropped off a bag of food. She goes, he's happy here. You can keep him. I was like, what? So that's how we got Tebow in a nutshell. I mean, there's a little bit more to the story than that, but in a nutshell, the cat belonged to her daughter, and her daughter didn't really want the cat, and they were tired of the cat always running away. I mean, it was only a block and a half, away from where the cat lived. But Snowy's for you have a Rottweiler mix? That's what my dog is. He's German Shepherd and Rott mix. He's got the face of the Rott, but he's got the colorings basically of a German Shepherd and the longer hair of a German Shepherd. But Lucky will be 21 years old this coming April. 21 human years old. That's how long he's been with me. It's a good dog. You're thinking about getting a bird as a pet. Can you train them to use litter tray? Well, I mean, yeah, in a cage. I mean, I've only had one bird in my entire life, and it wasn't even really my bird. Belonged to an ex-girlfriend, but we went our separate ways, and she left the bird with me because she was moving back in with her parents, but for a period of time. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then she finally came and got the damn thing. I hated that bird. It would sit there and it would peck on this stupid log of seed, and you would hear it all night long. But I don't hate birds. They're not my kind of pet. Good morning, soccer mom. I love dogs. Mine is a lab pit bull. They are called libel. He is the most gentle boy ever. Yeah. Well, my Lucky is from when he was younger. Obviously, he's not as active as he used to be. But he, out of all the dogs, he is by far the most active of them all. And he'll run. I take him to the park, and he'll go walk a mile and a half along the. We have a walking path. It's concrete. It's not like a dirt path, but it's a scenic walkway along the river. And he'll do a mile and a half easy. Walking. He has no medical issues. Like one of our dogs, Calliope, she has hip dysplasia, so she can't walk that much. But with medication and everything else, and we take care of her through the diet and everything else that she gets, she's a lot better off now. She's definitely not in any pain. So, but him growing up when he was younger. The most sweetest dog, not the brightest dog. That's why we call him Lucky. When he was born after the rest of the litter, but when he was a puppy, he would eat anything: pop cans, glass, rocks, you name it. He would just eat all kinds of bizarre things. Great dog, though. It's gonna kill me, when he passes. I know he'll eventually go. Pretty Camo, your dog is a Dasher Hound and totally spoiled. Never had a Dasher Hound. I've had all kinds of dogs over my lifetime. The very first dog I ever had was a German Shepherd, purebred German Shepherd. It was an ex-police dog, a retired police dog. And the city that I lived in, there in Prescott, Wisconsin, they didn't allow the canine officer to keep the dog after the dog retired. And me and my sisters, being, the infinite, bright children that we were, here's this giant, German Shepherd. We named him Tiny. 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 Yeah. Well, let's just say that somebody liberated Tiny from our front yard. He had a heavy-duty chain that my dad concreted into the ground with an eye hook thing, so he could run around there in the yard. And we came home from school one day, and somebody had cut the chain, off. So they could have cut the collar off, but they cut the chain and took him. We know it was the officer who had him. We just never, after that, was kind of like, we're not going to press it. But we knew what would happen there. And even as children, we all felt bad that he had the dog for so long and he wasn't able to keep the dog because they retired him. Oh. You know somebody who named their dog D-O-G? Good morning, Bluebell. Queen C, good morning. Your mom's dog used to eat razor blades? Wow. Christmas ornaments off the Christmas tree when we got Lucky was just a puppy, but 5, 6 months, 6 months somewhere in there, 7 months old, April. So maybe it's 8 months old. By Christmas time, whenever we put up the Christmas tree, he would eat the glass bulbs off the tree. So we didn't have to protect the bulbs in the tree from the cats. We had to protect them from Lucky because he would eat the bulbs on the tree when he was a pup. MT, good morning. Good morning. I have a Mastiff, half lab, half bull Mastiff. My sister had 2 purebred bull Mastiffs. Those suckers are huge. Now, what does she have? She has something else now. Thank God. He's a Mastiff, but I don't know what kind he is. But yeah, I mean, he's not as big as the bull Mastiffs that she had. But she has another Mastiff, and his name is Tyrannosaurus, like Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yes, her children, when they were younger, named the dog. And then she has a Saint Bernard, purebred Saint Bernard. And purebred Saint Bernards are not small dogs either. Queen C, do you remember the girl who took off a year ago and they thought she was missing, but took off to a state to be with her boyfriend? She had a Facebook page. She was a teenage cheerleader. Vaguely. I'm trying to remember it, but I know what you're talking about, Queen C. TC, good morning. Welcome to the stream. What was a year ago or ago, like 2? I remember. And maybe I'm mixing this up. Is this the same one where she faked her disappearance by leaving her car across the street from the gas station convenience store where she was last spotted? I'm not sure if that's the same case or not. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I remember the case. I don't remember her name though. I think I did a video on it. I'm not sure. This is the honest truth, everybody. I make in a given month, I might release 20 videos, and I might make 40 videos total. And some of them I keep around. I just don't list them, and I say, okay, I'll list this later on. And then it maybe if it's a topic that is in the news or a case that's in the news, I'll release it if it's still in the news. But some of them, as the way the YouTube's feed is, it always lists your newest video at the top, and then all your other ones are they can drop off the page. And if I don't see it, sometimes I forget about them. And other videos I make, and then I'll watch them again while they're unlisted or private. I'll watch them again, and then I'll like, yeah, I could have done a better job there. So I'll delete the video, and then I'll pull out all my notes and documents and everything for the case again, and I'll try to refresh it and do it again and make it again. But sometimes and I'll set the stuff aside, and I'll have a stack of papers on my desk here, and I just forget to do it. But I make a lot more content than what everybody sees. I mean, last year alone, I did over 600 that's releases between live streams and actual videos. 600 plus pieces of content between live streams, premieres, and videos. And I probably made close to 1,200. But I remember that case, though. I have a question. If you fake a disappearance like that, how do they get money to live off of? Well, I mean, with that girl, she did it because her parents didn't agree with her, her choice of boyfriend. She didn't think that her parents were like, well, she was underage. For that, if I remember correctly, she was underage. They didn't like the boyfriend, so her and her boyfriend figured it out that she would leave her car near a gas station hair salon in their little community, and then she'd take off with him. So that maybe she assumed the name. I mean, people vanish across the United States every day. Some people just walk away. They just said, screw it. I'm done with this life. I'm going to move to Albuquerque, New Mexico, or Memphis, Tennessee from California. And they get on a Greyhound bus and they go. Maybe they have somebody else buy a ticket, and they have that ticket underneath that person's name, and they're just gone. So, and they just get to a place where they maybe they get a place to live, maybe they live in a homeless shelter, and then they just reinvent themselves. And when it comes to needing a Social Security number, they just make one up and never file taxes. People do it a lot. I was watching. He did. I think he wrote 2 books, but he has the Missing 411 because I constantly am sending people send me links to that stuff all the time, his videos and stuff. They're like, they think that I'm the same guy, but I'm not. But I was watching one of his videos about people who walk into the forest, which then sparked my memory. This is how my crazy mind works. It sparked my memory about this guy in Oregon who I was just telling you about, who walked into the forest 6 times, and had kind of an intention that nature was going to kill him, or he just wasn't going to come back, starve to death, something. But it sparked my memory of that, so I looked him up again, that case up, and then that's how I found out that I knew that they billed this guy, but that guy and his content on the Missing 411 reminded me of that. See, crazy. I told you I'm nuts. You think she talked to her dad still? I hope the best for her. She obviously didn't like the situation she was in. And when you're younger like she is, it's hard. Well, it's easy to make mistakes, but it's hard to, look beyond the situation that you're in. When you're in that love infatuation, the honeymoon stage of a relationship like she was, it's hard to, say, look, maybe other people know what's the best for me in my situation right now. So, I hope it works out for her. I really do. Never know. Left her high school boyfriend, her mom, etc., and started a new life. Yeah. 17 or 18, wasn't forced to go home. No. Does YouTube pay well, Kathy? No. The honest truth. I could make more money working part-time at McDonald's than I can doing the content that I do. Now, you can make a damn good living at this if you get enough subscribers and people to watch your content. And the way that AdSense, this is how people get paid for the YouTube content that we make, is ads run on the actual videos that you make. The longer retention time that you keep someone watching in actual video, and you'll see this. Everybody's clicked on and watched a video from a channel that has 1 million plus subscribers. But the longer you can actually keep them watching, the better. And what the larger channels do, which I refuse to do, and well, I'll be poor while I do this because I've chosen not to do certain things, is they'll give you a little tidbit in the beginning. They call it the hook. They give you that hook in the beginning, and then they drag it out throughout the video, giving you little hints to that hook so they can keep the watch retention time higher. And the more retention, the higher CPM, cost per milli, that you make. And that's how much YouTube advertisers pay to put their ads on your video. I know, right? That's such a long-winded explanation. Nobody wanted to hear that. The answer is yes, you can make money at YouTube and you can make a good living at it, but I don't. I don't make a good living at it at all. And I'll be absolutely honest. I make about $60 a month from Patreon. I make about $60 a month from channel membership. And when it comes to YouTube ad revenue in good months, I might make $400 a month in ad revenue. So about $550 a month is what I make on YouTube. It's the honest truth. Some videos, like the video I just recently did for about Jodi Arias, I have now made $5.07 on that video and over 10,000 views on that video. $5. When you think about it and you kind of balance it out, you have, on this hand, you have the hatred that you will get from making that content. And over here are the people who, that enjoy it. Sometimes it's, those who enjoy the content is a lot more. But when you look at it in context, it's like $5, 10,000 views, and the hatred. It ain't worth it. But then again, I started this journey to not make money. I knew I wasn't going to make money. I already knew because, this isn't my first go at YouTube. I was on YouTube before on another channel as a panelist, and I remembered what they were making, and it's piddlings compared to what you can be making. You have to really enjoy what you're doing. And I tell people that all the time. If you're going to get into this and you want to start a YouTube channel, do it. I full-heartedly support anybody to get out there and do it. But when you do it because you want to do it. Be in love with what you're making the content about. And me, I love what I do. People don't have to like me. They don't even have to watch, really, because I'm still going to make the content either way. But I want people to watch. I want people to subscribe. I want people to be here. But I'm never going to go out there and say, hey, to some sweet little old grandmother out there, why don't you send me an extra $10 so I can, pay my light bill this month? And what I'm actually going to go, use the money for is to take a trip to a casino somewhere. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But, there are people out there that will con you. And it's one of my favorite, sayings, because I haven't stopped talking yet, is Edward R. Murrow, the broadcaster, always said, the truth is the truth. Tell people the truth, and you'll never have to remember anything else. And Edward R. Murrow never sat there with his hand out saying, pay me to do what's right. Never had to do it. But there are people out there who just cannot get away from it. And I'm not, bashing anybody that we all need to pay the light bill. We all need to buy, something to keep this journey going. Maybe it's another laptop or computer or something. It's just not once you get monetized, it's not the and then you go out and buy a Ferrari tomorrow. There are a few select people at the top who make a damn good living, who are making millions per year in revenue, but they've got multiple channels of monetization of where they're making money. They're making it from brand endorsements, paid advertisements, and some of them are really good at what they do. It's like the entire thing that they are talking about it's a commercial. It's a big budget commercial with a studio and camera operators and professional editors, makeup artists and lighting and sound. Well, it's a big budget, but they make it look like it's just them and a camera like this. It's amazing. Excuse me. That's a long-winded explanation, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Reichart. I'm real. People think that I'm fake and that I'm full of shit. I hear that a lot. But this is really who I am. I don't have time for the bullshit in life. If I wanted to be, fed the bullshit, I would have stayed in the corporate world, working for someone else, busting my ass every day. So some stockholder, who lives half a world away can make another few cents, on the product that we were producing. But instead, I am here with you. Oh, thank you, Chatterbox. I appreciate it. Done patting myself on the back. I hate talking about myself. Well, I don't know if I'm the most real. I mean, there are quite a few people out there, Kathy, that are real and genuine. And I subscribe to a lot of them. Really, I know people who have met Scott Sharp over at True Crime Loser. They know him personally, and that is Scott Sharp, the man you see sitting there going, and saluting people in the morning and drumming up the Schmida fam over there. I love Scott's content. I love his channel, but I know people who actually really know him, and that is Scott. Scott is Scott. And that he's kind of a goofball, but that's who he is, and he's as real as ever. And I have absolutely no doubt that that Mel and Red Rum and Chatterbox, I have no doubt that you people are really the people that behind the camera, and that what you see in front of the camera is really you. Pretty in camo. Same thing, sweetheart. I have no doubt that, what we are watching when we watch your content is really you. And you're not fake. I don't know if I'm the most real. Kala Lily, you love Scott too? I do too. A lot of people have asked me over the year, especially over the last couple of years, it's like, why don't you do a collaboration with Scott? Well, because there's no way to get hold of Scott. If you go to his About Me page, it says, got a map? It has said that since he started his channel. Got a map. But I don't really think that me and Scott, if we were to try to do a collaboration, I don't know how that would work. Because basically, there's just the two of us, sitting here talking about our take on what's in the news and the stupid people that are out there who commit crimes. Wind dancer, if you're not you, then who are you? Right? Yeah. Well, there are. I've told people about this before. Wind dancer. I know somebody who is a YouTuber. She does makeup and she also talks about true crime. And 100% of everything that people see in front of the camera, the personality, the bubbliness, the background, everything is fake. It's 100% fake. Her sister is a real estate agent. She doesn't live in that big fancy house. She lives in a little dopey, place, but it's hers, so there is that. But people think she lives this, this glamorous lifestyle. She doesn't. She doesn't at all. And she's not the bubbly, person that you see in front of the camera. She's actually a very subdued, reclusive individual. That's probably not putting it the right way. She's more of an introvert than anything else. She and she keeps to herself. And when you see her in a social situation, she wants to be the wallflower. She doesn't want to be the person of attention, and that's where she's always been. But I don't think that anybody really understands just how she is in real life. They have this, concept of her, and when they see her at at VidCon or someplace else, they think that she's going to be jumping up and down and happy and bubbly and everything else. And she doesn't go to VidCon anymore because, well, she was tired of it. It was so exhausting for her to try to be someone she's not. I was supposed to go to VidCon last year in no, not 2020, 2019. I was supposed to be there in San Diego, but I sent my daughter in my place. In Truro, NS. It's a crime. She's Canadian. How can I draw more attention to local missing toddler? Besides reaching out through the news media, well, I would pretty camo. The first thing I'd do besides reaching out to the local news media is find out about in your area. Don't want to give away your area in case that's up to you if you want to do that. But if you want to drum up more attention to a missing toddler, start with reaching out to community groups. Is there a rec center or someplace where people gather? A supper or a dining hall. Social, fraternal organizations, elks, moose, eagles, anything like that in your area at all. If they have a missing persons flyer for the toddler, maybe run off copies of those and hand them out to them, or ask if you can go, put them up in storefronts where, convenience stores, Walmart, places where people travel a lot. Yeah, that's where I would start. So if I wanted to drum up more attention to a missing toddler. Oh, wow. Grandmother was babysitting me and she wasn't supposed to have contact with kids. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Mom groups, yeah. If well, I don't know if it would necessarily be in your area, but a great mom group is um, well, that'd be Facebook. I don't know if she has a website or not. I'm trying to think, but and I don't know. I mean, that'd be national, more national attention than it would be, necessarily targeted to your actual local area. But definitely, I mean, yeah, just go onto Facebook and see and type in, your area. Maybe there are probably groups out there, who and you wouldn't even think of. And in my area, I was actually trying to make a deal with the guy through Facebook Marketplace, and I was about to make an actual transaction with him for a bunch of Legos, and somebody sent me a message, and I didn't know who it was, but they warned me not to deal with this guy because he deals a lot in stolen items and stolen, toys. And it turns out there's an actual Lego collectors group in my actual city, and they have about 500 members. And I was like, damn, I had no idea. I just wanted to buy a really cool toy for my son. It was one of the Star Wars. I think it was the Imperial Sun Lego, thing. I wanted to buy it and put it away for him when he gets older because I mean, right now he's 4 and dupli blocks are more his size. Did you think he really fell into the river? Ooh. Should anybody answer it? So Sweet Tea Mama, they're talking about the channel on YouTube. It's a crime. IT' crime. CRIME. It's a crime. A crime. It's a crime. Sorry, need to sign out, but I love your channel, friend. Well, thank you, Wind Dancer, and thank you for being here today. You have a great weekend. Yeah, I know nobody in Pretty and Camo's area except for Pretty and Camo. Beautiful area. Y'all want to read about a story that's really close to her? Yeah, read about the lobster murder. That's a very interesting story. If you find the right one, the right reporter on that case, who goes into in-depth detail about the actual people involved in it. It's an interesting story. It's a crime. Talks too fast. She needs to slow down her auto cue down. Yeah, I do the same thing though. It's something that's hard to do. You know, you get passionate about something and you speak, you'll find yourself actually picking up your rhythm of speech. And I do it myself. I'm guilty of it. Called Murder for Lobsters. Yeah. It's a very interesting case. Um, I think there was even I might have found one article on Vice as well, but I can't remember if it was Vice or not. But there's been a lot of coverage on it. I think there might have been a book or written about it as well. Lobster, Murder for Lobster, a very interesting case, especially if you can find a story, you know, someone who's covered it and goes, you know, deep into the background of the individuals involved. Really sketchy people, but very interesting though. I'm just going to say that I didn't think Taco would be old enough for Legos. I thought it would be more like Duplo. Yeah, yeah. Um, we have a hope chest, which you know, I guess you could call it that. It's a steamer trunk that I bought at an antique store probably 23, 24 years ago. And it's got keepsakes in it, you know, and other collectibles that we've bought along the way, and you know, for him that we put in there. And I figured that buy, you know, if I can buy the you know Imperial thing, you know, now, and I can put it in there. I mean, I can get it for $50 now. And 10 years from now, that thing could be worth you know $150 if he never opens it. So I try to buy two of everything, one for him to play with and one that for him to, you know, actually, you know, play, you know, keep as a keepsake, you know, and who knows, maybe it'll go up 550 times. You never know. But yeah, he loves his dupli blocks. And he's got another one that's kind of like dupli blocks, but they're stars and squares and octagons and hexagons and stuff like that. But that you know, that match together, and then you know, so you have to match up the pieces and stuff. He enjoys those, though, you know, the different sizes because as he goes through, he tries to say the names of each and every one. Yeah, I mean, he's got the square, you know, triangle, circle, you know, oval. He can say those ones, but when it comes to like hexagon, or, you know, and stuff like that, it comes out more like gone than hexagon. Oh, you were in the courtroom when he testified? I didn't know that. Kevin, it's better, not 100%. Uh, when I sleep, Kevin wants to know how my shoulders. There's the actual question. Um, I can raise my arm now. It not as much you know discomfort raising it, or but you know picking things up. I feel like a pulling sensation on the outer edge of the shoulder, kind of like where the rotator cuff is, but it's not the rotator cuff. It's the actual muscle there that was damaged. Collarbone is feeling, oh, you know, a lot better. Sleep is still, you know, well, sleep has always been fleeting for me, but I can't sleep on that side at all still. So I sleep on my stomach a lot more, you know, on my chest, and then on my other side or on my back. But it's getting better. But thanks for asking, Kevin. Reba Chow, watching from Denham Springs, Louisiana. Well, welcome to the stream, Rebecca. Or Reba. Reba, sorry, not Rebecca. Reba. Well, thank you, Reba. I appreciate that. This is me. In all my glory and all my, shortcomings, this is me. You haven't gotten your hat yet? What the hell? How about you? Is Chatterbox still here? Because Chatterbox's was returned. The box got crushed. I mean, absolutely crushed. They sent it back. Okay. I'm going to type pretty in camo. I'm going to in the actual comment section here. I'm going to type in the tracking number. I haven't checked on it, but I have the slips right here for yours and for well, this is for actually that's for the first shipment of for Chatterboxes. I'm here. Have you gotten your hat? Chatterboxes? No. Wow. Okay. So this is the tracking number for yours, pretty in camo. Where's the tracking number? Tracking number. Everybody, just bear with me for a minute here. 1 Z W. I don't know if it matters if it's uppercase or lowercase. So, but that's how it's printed on here for the tracking number. W 699. F as in Frank. 268 327 40404. Okay, that so pretty in camo. This is your tracking number. Oops. Okay, if you can copy and paste that into UPS, that is your tracking number. Your hat. Make sure I don't have my credit. There's no credit card number on here. Yeah. $36 to ship your hat. But still, wow. What was the delivery date for this? Expected delivery date was Thursday, January 21st is the date that it should have been delivered. I can't show everybody the other page because it actually has your address on it. Does it description of goods, apparel? That's what it says. It's a hat. I don't Chatterbox. I don't have yours in front of me. I have the tracking number on here for the first time it shipped, but it was obviously returned. I contacted you and told you, but I don't know where that one is right now. I'd have to go in the house to actually get the slip for that one for the return shipment again. Okay. I've been looking for this. Job microphone, so I can actually charge the stupid thing. I'll show you this thing. Hold on a second. I bought one of these. It's a gimbal. But it's made by Job. I haven't been able to charge it because I didn't know where the damn cord was. Well, now I know. So something good has come out of this stream, besides me sharing what's going on. But here's the little bag with the cord in it, so I can actually charge it. So I'm going to put that on my desk here, so I actually know where it is. Can't charge it right now because it plugs into the same port that this camera is running off of. Because this camera is plugged into the computer, and then it has a power source that's plugged in as well. So the camera doesn't die. So it charges it constantly while I'm using it, the camera. Oh, pretty in camo. I don't think either one of you two ladies are ungrateful. I would never think that about you guys. You ladies. Yeah, guys. You ladies. I had no idea that it hadn't arrived yet. Now I knew with chatterboxes, I got it back. The hat actually got returned in a plastic bag with just a small little portion of the top of the box that was left. I don't know what happened to it. It just said, there's like 5 different check boxes or 6 boxes, and it had checked off destroyed, undeliverable. And then the hat was in there and a piece of the cardboard top with my return address in there. It came in a plastic bag. And UPS dropped it off at my P.O. box. And I'm like, oh, that's really nice of you. Maybe they shipped yours back for some reason. I don't know. I hope it didn't get lost because I don't have another one. I don't have one to replace either one. Those are the only 2 that I had that were left. All the other hats are gone. I might be able to get some more because here soon in other colors and in a different style. But because he was telling me about a week ago, maybe it was a week and a half ago. I don't remember what day it is. I'd have to check my email. But he's almost caught up with the orders that he has that were backlogged because of COVID. It says abandoned package, and it will be destroyed or got to lost and found. What the hell does that even mean? How can it be an abandoned package? I'll email you after this a picture of it, with your address and everything on it, the slip. I don't know how it can be an abandoned package. I mean, I shipped it exactly the way you gave me the address, and I'm sure I'm absolutely right, and I know you gave me your address correctly. That is super odd. But that's the world we live in, right? Sometimes things just fall apart, in the chain of actual delivery of things like that. Anita Butts. YouTube is full of insane watch theories. It is. It's very insane. And there are a lot of them out there that borderline on the truly bizarre and ridiculous, at least in my opinion. I watched, and there is a gentleman who I used to subscribe to who believes that there may be an interaction in the Watts case of aliens from another planet are involved in it. Oh, snowy photography. It's been snowing for 3 days straight now, and it's supposed to snow for the next 3 days. And currently it is, get my phone, 22 degrees still. Yeah. You know what? If we had Christopher Watts right here on camera right now, and we asked him why did he do it, how did things happen, there would be a certain percentage of people out there, if they heard it in his own voice and he told everybody exactly how it happened and why he did it, really did why he did it, they wouldn't believe him. I am kind of to that point too. It's hard to believe an habitual liar. He lies when someone lies about the tiniest little things in their life, and those lies start to add up and they become bigger lies, and then they throw a whopper in there, and now where do you believe? On what end of the scale do you believe? Where the truth is, and that's something we're never going to get the truth of. We're never going to know exactly really how it happened. We're never going to know exactly, and with any kind of certainty why he did it, which one, he did for, who did he kill first? How did he dispose of them? Why did he do that? Why did he place them both the girls in different tanks because he had to unbolt both of them. It wasn't like there was one unbolted already and open to the environment. He had to physically unbolt each one when he could have just undone one and then put them. I'm sorry for the visual if you got that, but why did he do it? Why did he decide to bury Shanann, so far away from the two girls? Why did he do any of that? He could have dug the hole a little bit bigger, or thrown them all into the same hole and never even messed with the tanks. We'll never know. We'll never know the real motive behind why Cindy has said the most disgusting, awful things about her dead grandchildren, and why she is still, 2+ years later on, still willing to spew vile towards her grandchildren and her deceased, daughter-in-law. It's not about protecting your young or always loving your children. That's a completely different story. But to be so vile after all this time towards them and not willing to, just shut the hell up, it's we'll never get the answers to it. K-Love, she's definitely a vile person. Good morning, CC. Verbal Queen is very merry. Very merry. Good morning, very merry. I hope you are doing well and welcome to the stream. Do you ever focus on cold cases, Anita Brown? Yeah. I have an entire playlist of I think 60 videos on cold cases. Yeah, I do them. I used to do them pretty regularly, but not so much anymore. Just not a lot of people out there that are more. They would much rather watch a video about Jodi Arias and what she ate for dinner last night than watch a video about missing children, because I have a series on missing and exploited children. But the views are just not there. At least on my channel. I'm sure that they get great views on other channels, but people want to hear more about today's topics, and they want to hear more about the monster cases. So hopefully it'll change. But yeah, I do have about 60 videos on cold cases. Do you think it's possible that he was put under a spell by a mistress, and he says that she dabbed in satanic rituals? You believe in any of that? Gloria? No. And I'm not, what I'm about to say is not from me, okay? I'm just repeating it. And I actually reached out and spoke to several well-known psychiatrists and therapists in the field who have studied those who are family annihilators. And they worked, and the report that they did in the study that they did was out of, I want to say, New Queensland, Australia, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's New Zealand. And I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But that was the largest study ever done on family annihilators. And they are all in agreement that when it comes to somebody who is a family annihilator, you can't talk them into it. You can't talk them out of it. The only thing you can do is to try to nudge them away until they can come up in their own mind and decide that what the course that they were on was wrong. If you look at every case of a family annihilator, they have a lot of the same traits, and the traits basically come down to they feel like the world is punishing them personally, and they feel as the world is punishing them and closing in on them, they feel that their family, their loved ones, their immediate family who are in the home with them are suffering just as much as they are. And just about every one of the family annihilator cases out there, either if they live or if maybe they kill their entire family and then they commit suicide, they all have the same pattern of actions beforehand and leading up to it. And if you can interject before they actually kill the family, that's the only way to save them. The only way to save the family is somebody has to get in there beforehand. And it has to be somebody who knows, the signs and what's going on. No, that's not my view. Okay, that's the professional view from people who have studied, these serial killers and family annihilators for years. So, do I believe into the satanic rituals? I've never seen anything that proves that Nicole Kissinger was into satanic rituals. Don't believe in it. I mean, she can believe in it all she wants. There are a lot of people who believe in a lot of crazy shit out there. But I don't think she had any superpowers over her. People want to say that, she made him do it. She could have tried to nudge him in that direction to do it. There's no evidence of it. But good morning, Bossy Toes. And so would I. I would die for my children in a heartbeat. No questions asked. If it came down to, a decision where it had to be made, I either die or my child dies, I would give my life to protect my children. And I think just about every parent feels the same way. Good morning, Gone Girl. Sorry I missed your comment there. Missing kids are more important. Yeah. I can't remember the last one I did on missing kids. It's been a while. Well, when I say a while, it's more than a month, maybe 2 months. Months ago, last time I did one on missing and exploited children. The last case I did was on the case in Georgia where they rescued 17 children who had been reported and missing, who are listed on the Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and they were with one or the other parents, either the father or the mother, and whichever parent they had abducted them and taken them was also into child pornography, and they got caught up in that child pornography ring, and they were able to rescue 17 children, and that was in Georgia. That was the last case I did on the missing and exploited. Well, thank you, Gloria. I hope you have a great weekend. And thank you for being here today. Cece, I don't know either. I'll never understand how anybody could ever hurt a child. I know I could try. I mean, I've tried to wrap my head around it, try to figure out how does somebody get to that point where they feel that it's okay, or how the pressure builds up, or something, whatever the reason might be. That was a weather alert. They're expecting another 2 inches in the next 4 hours. Chris Watts did it because he was in a new love, and now he was how he was raised. To some extent, Anna Brown. To some extent, he wanted his family to go away so he could start fresh. But I've always wondered. And this is one thing that I've always wondered, and I wondered why the detectives and never actually approached him with it. I was kind of hoping that when they went to visit him at Dodge Correction Center that they were going to ask him, or that they would come back later on and talk to him again. I always wanted to know, what was his long-term plan? He had to have some kind of plan. I mean, you just killed your wife and your children. Now what? All right, you pleaded for the return. Let's just say that that they started scouring the earth looking for your wife and your children. What was next, Chris? Where did you plan on going after that? Were you planning on just selling the house and disposing all of your children's belongings in a trash can and moving in with Nicole? Were you going to kill yourself, Chris? I always wondered that, why nobody's ever approached that question with him, and why, especially why did the detectives not approach it? Be careful of the snow monster. Yeah. After I'm done with this, I'll post a picture of what it looks like in my backyard. I mean, it's not a lot of snow. It's not like Midwest Wisconsin, Minnesota kind of snow, but it's a lot of freaking snow that's out there right now compared to what we normally get. Like I said, here if we get anything more than a half inch of snow, people lose their damn minds. The worst part is 3 days ago when it first started snowing, it was snow, and then it was freezing rain, and then it was snow. So down in those layers, you've got snow packed to the ground, and then you have ice, and then all the snow on top of it. Most of the cities around here, they own one snowplow. That's it. So they're actually scrambling. According to what was in the paper, they're trying to hire independent contractors to plow side streets and main arteries. So the city is going to plow the main, arteries of the city, and then some of the cross streets. But they're trying to get independent contractors to plow the actual side streets. There are so many disturbing factors about that case. They should study him. I believe they must have there must have been a plan. Yeah. I understand this, from what I read from the research papers and everything else. And if you guys want to get a hold of a copy of it, I'm almost 100% certain it was on family annihilation and serial killers, and it was the university study out of New Queensland. New Queensland. No. I'm sure somebody out there knows, what university I'm talking about. But it was the largest study ever done of family annihilators. And when it comes to like here in the United States, The Department of Justice and the FBI used that actual study to train officers when they're looking for serial killers and for family annihilators for those that are out there. There may have only been one huge study, but there have been other small ones here and there. It's just never went into depth, where they actually went and interviewed and talked to and studied the actual person who committed the crimes. Because a lot of family annihilators, I mean, they end up killing themselves, and especially within that first year. And while after they've been caught and incarcerated, it doesn't matter if they're in jail or prison or whatever, within that first year mark, they have to be watched closely, because as they come down off that high of, everybody paying attention to them and everything else, they just crash. And that's when they end it themselves, if they didn't do it before they were caught. Because a lot of family annihilators end up killing themselves in the act because they want to end their anguish and their family's anguish. So they kill the family and then they kill themselves. And you'd be surprised how many have happened in the United States in 2019 and 2020. There have been a lot, and very few of them where the family annihilator actually survived or didn't harm themselves. Very few. Most of them kill themselves. So you'll see it on the news. 5 dead, in murder suicide. Just type in, murder in the news into Google. It comes up. It's always there. Yeah, John List I did a video on John List. He's an interesting fellow. His mommy's house had, I don't know if the house is still there or not, but she had the ceiling in the foyer entryway, area of the house. I don't know what you call it because I'm not an architect. My wife would know what it's called. She'd be like, yeah, that's a gazebo, foyer or whatever the hell it's called. But it was made by Tiffany's glass company and jewelry company. Tiffany. The entire roof was in stained glass, like Tiffany lamps. But when they were making Tiffany lamps back in whenever the hell they made those, I see them on the Antique Roadshow. That's my entire experience with them. I've never owned a lamp like that. Killed his entire family. It took them years to find him. Yeah, it did. But he planned all that out, every aspect of it, and he planned it out well. Carol Johns, good morning from old Australia, 3:40 a.m. There, and warm 26 degrees. So Carol Johns, you're in Australia. Is there a university in Australia called New Queensland University? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Tam Lynn, hey Will, hey all, good morning Tam. Welcome to the stream. I'm eventually going to finish one of these suckers. I keep on putting them out. They're all like half smoked. He just redirected the question and not answered. He wants everyone to believe he just snapped. Oh, Chris, we'll never know. If you listen to the audio recording of him and Tammy at the Dodge Correction Center, you can tell Chris is trying to give a narrative of the entire thing that makes him look better. There isn't anything that's going to make you look better, Chris. Nothing at all. Doesn't matter how you spin it. You still killed 3 innocent children and your wife. Because, we can't forget about baby Nico. Oh yeah, yeah. It's perfect situation for black ice, right, Cart? I don't plan on driving anywhere. Unless I can, if I can help it, I don't plan on going anywhere. But the problem is right now is everything is shut down in the area. You can't get grocery delivery. You can't get Uber Eats. Nothing. No Dash. Grubhub. Nothing. I mean, we live on the outskirts of town, and you have to go up 2 hills to get here. Which is not fun. At least in my wife's car, she has 4-wheel drive, and it's not fun to drive because hers has it's 4-wheel drive, but it has that anti-skid, whatever the hell it's called. But it's like if one wheel slips, it gives more power to that wheel, and it's not a. She likes her car, well, SUV or whatever the hell you want to call it, crossover. She drives a Chevy Traverse. Now you know what it's like where I live. The only delivery here is Amazon. Yeah, no. I've lived in rural areas like you do, Pretty Camel, where the only thing you could get was Amazon deliveries. I mean, back home, hell, I think I was in high school before we had our first place that delivered pizza, and there still isn't anything there now, that delivers. You might be able to get, maybe pizza, or Italian food delivered. I'm not sure if the Giardi's downtown delivers or not. Great Italian food, but I don't know if they deliver. And there certainly isn't Grubhub or Uber Eats or DoorDash. There isn't anything like that there. We don't even have fast food in the town where I live. But anti-lock, is that what it's called? I don't know. I don't like driving it because you can feel it, while you're driving. You hold onto the steering wheel, you can feel it, kind of like, as one wheel slips, you can feel the power being shifted, between the other wheels to, so it doesn't slide. I think there's some way to turn it off, but you have to like put the key in thing and then turn it off, and then you can only turn it off for like 10 minutes at a time. It's a 2020 Chevy Traverse. It's the University of Queensland. Thank you, Queensland. Thank you very much, Carol. I appreciate that. So that is where the study was done on family annihilators and serial killers. And I do believe that you can request or buy a copy. I'm pretty sure they charge for it, but you can get a copy of that actual study if you want to read it. I don't know if they have a digital version, like PDF or anything like that. I don't know about that, but I have the actual physical copy. It's not 3-ring binder. It's like those plastic strips that come along, like a presentation folder. I don't know what you call it, but they have all the perforated holes. It's like, 16 holes or whatever the hell it is, isn't it? Anti-lock brakes. That's what it is. Right, Cart? Thank you. That sounds right. What do you think about Casey Anthony being a private investigator? I think it's a freaking joke, right? Really? Who would go to Casey Anthony to have them look up and help them solve a crime? It's laughable. If she wants to be a private detective, well, she is. She opened up her own agency there in Florida to be a private investigator. Good morning, Mike. Me. Who's better? Who's better at what, Mike? Coil-bound book. See? That's what I love about you guys. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm like, I can describe it. I'm like, okay, it's got like this plastic thing goes on the outside. It's got like 16 holes, a thin little plastic cover, and a thin little plastic back. And there are papers that go inside of it with like words. I don't know what the hell you call it. I'm almost done reading my Daddy is a Hero. Heart-wrenching. I don't think I could ever read it. Case and Anthony would be the best investigator because she killed her daughter. I guess. I mean, they say that what the best detectives are those who can think like the criminal themselves, think like and put their mind in the mindset of the actual criminal itself. So maybe. Yikes. Short Night says, waited so long, have no food. Oh, dreading it. Well, I hope you stay safe out there. What do you think? Casey Anthony. Yeah, well, I guess I should probably wrap this up. Have me and Bogey are going to go inside and get something to eat. Get on the third day. He's just curled up in my wife's chair. Show you guys. It's a GoPro. But so I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. Be safe. We love spending time with you. Well, thank you, Anna Brown. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day today and stay safe out there. And I'm hoping that that the power and everything stays on, so I can do my my live streams on Sunday. I have two more that I have to do Sunday. One for members and one for a true crime recap. That's open to the public. Everybody gets to watch that one, and take part in that one. And that one's on 5 on Sunday. But depending on how these storms blow in between now and Sunday, we'll see. Hopefully, if everything works out. But if nothing else, like I said, I posted in the community section. I have several videos that are done that I can just click on and release on Sunday. And so I could release 2 or 3 on Sunday. If nothing else, there will be new content. So I wanna curl up like that. Good day, Will. Thanks. Wow, thank you, Short Nice. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy Valentine's Day. It's true. I should probably go do something about that. That's like tomorrow, isn't it? The 14th, right? Huh. Happy Valentine's Day, Georgia Ritchie, Pretty Camo, Bossy Toes, everybody, Snowy Photography. I hope you have a wonderful day today. And stay safe out there. Judah, and have a happy and safe Valentine's Day.